Hello everyone, and welcome back to Everyday Husband Quotes, the channel for marriage advice, marriage entertainment, and everything else marriage. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel.
I got receipts. I got all, I got everything. So first elephant in the room, I guess that was the biggest elephant of the room during the reunion, was how many dates did you and Amber have? Good question, right? I saw you saw me in the reunion go for 3 to 2 to 1. Let me explain that. For one, I can't tell a woman what is a date or not. Never could. And this is real life stuff. Like, I never do it in real life. So some women, Netflix and chill is a date. Other women, you gotta take them to a nice steakhouse and and dress up and stuff for them to consider it a date. I know I was in a situation where I was dating a woman and she wanted a particular meal. I ordered it online. I went to pick it up. When I was driving there, it was a big rainstorm, right? Thundering everywhere. We flood quick in Houston, so it's flooding. I almost got in 2 accidents. I went through flooded water up to my ankles and stuff to get this meal. I got it back. It was an expensive meal. We sat, we ate, we chilled for 4 hours, watched the movies, everything was good. And then at the end, she said, "When you gonna take me on a date?" I was like, I risked my life earlier here to get this meal. This is kind of like a date, isn't it? To her, it wasn't. So everybody's perception of a date is different, okay? Here's what I consider a date. If I spend my time, my money, and we had a good time, I got affection from you, I got we just had a vibe, everything was good. I was a gentleman, made sure you got home safe, everything was good. To me, I consider that a form of a date. During the show, we were in COVID. We were locked down. You weren't supposed to date off camera because if you caught COVID, you put the show at risk, right? They would have to shut down the show if somebody caught COVID during this season. So we weren't supposed to date off camera. It was a rule, a regulation. So we had to rely on production to put us on dates. So most of the dates you saw on TV, those were production put together dates. That means production puts you on a date. Sometimes you didn't even know who you were going on a date with. Production paid for it. The date was mandatory, so you had to go on that date. And that's what that meant. The off-camera dates meant more to me because that person didn't have to show up. That person was really coming there to see you, and they were risking going against protocol to see you. So I put more stock into those dates because it wasn't on camera. They didn't have to go there. It wasn't for the show or publicity. It was, to me, it felt more genuine that they was really getting to know you. So me and Amber's, what I would say, first date, and then we both agreed that this was a date. And I'll show you the receipts. She put, "Headed that way." I said, okay, this was at my house. And we started off, I said, "Let's shoot for 7. She said, "I get all this." I said, "Sounds good." I said, "I'm home. You can still come if you want." I gave my address. She said, "Headed that way." I said, okay. I cooked. I think I cooked salmon and steak. Had side dish, had some wine. We chilled right here on this couch. Cuddled up, watched Wedding Crashers. She never saw it. We all kind of had like the same humor, and we like kind of movies like that. Stayed roughly to about 12 o'clock midnight. Like I said, we was cuddling, everything was cool. She texted me right here when she got home. I made it home, by the way. I said, "Thanks for letting me know, and thanks again for coming over and giving me the extra cuddle time." So we were cuddling, we were affectionate. And then she wrote, "I enjoyed myself and the food." I said, "That's the stuff I like to do." So in fact, it felt natural, was great. She put a love sign, loved on the comment right after that. So we both agreed that was date number 1. Now, date number 2, I personally don't consider it a date. It was a group date. This was on camera. They didn't show this. This was probably one of the best scenes of Ready to Love that they didn't show. I threw a hot tub party at my place. I have a rooftop hot tub up there. It was me, Tressa, Bernicia, and Joelle in the hot tub. Troy was there. Deidre was there. Chrysanthemum was there. But in the hot tub, it was just us 4. Me and Joelle had a freestyle battle. It was fun. We vibed. Everybody having a good time. They filmed at my house. I was sitting here in the hot tub. Amber was sitting behind me, giving me a back rub the whole time. We're talking. Real good conversation. Really getting into it. And like I said, I got a back rub the whole time. I think they did not show that scene because she was rubbing my back and they didn't, you know what I mean? And the way we were sitting, you could tell there was a connection. I don't think they wanted to show it to kind of, ruin what direction they wanted to go with the show. So that scene ain't never been showed. It was a scene on the reunion. I don't know if they're going to show it at all or they show it next time where they're going to show Joelle rapping a little bit. If they do show this scene, look to the right. You'll see Amber giving me a back rub because during the reunion I saw it. And I was like, that's her doing it right there. I pointed it out. So they might have caught on to that and edited it out. We'll see. I guess the next episode, they didn't show it the first. Remember, I didn't see it. But that's here. I don't count that as a date. So when I said 3, I meant 3 interactions. The 3 dates to me, but if she didn't want to count that as a date, I didn't count that as a date. On the reunion, it shows me going 3, 2, 1, like I'm just blurting it out. No, I explained all this during the reunion. They just edited it all out and just had me blurting out 1, 2, no 3, 2, and then 1 or something like that. That wasn't the case. Now the last one was the kiss date. Let's go to that. Basically, I just had that 3-hour conversation with Alexis. We were over after that conversation. I found out about the AJ kiss. I found out that she thought he was charming and that he said he wanted to go to the end with her. And that was the route she wanted to take. And actually, I took responsibility for that. I said, you know what? Maybe I was thinking so long-term with our situation that I wasn't doing some of the short-term stuff that, to keep the oven hot. We had a 3-hour conversation. It did not go good. It was a lot of back and forth, and but it had nothing to do about religion. It was about the fact that she chose another man. He beat me out the situation. He beat me out the spot, and so we were done. I went out. I was stressed at the 3-hour conversation. I went out for a drink. I hit up Amber and said, "Hey, where you at?" She was out with friends. I said, "You want to come meet me? I'm at a small little bar, not much going on, but come meet." She said, "Let me finish up with them. I'll come meet you." She said, "I got Uggs on and no makeup on." I said, "That's fine. Ain't a lot of people here." And that's in the text messages too. It says right here, I can read them out. I have on Uggs and no makeup. I said, "That works for me." She said, "I don't want to come with just invite my people, plus 3 of them are gay." I said, "Cool, I like meeting new people." So we were here with her friends, not my friends. She showed up. She said, "You positive? It's like 4 of them." I said, "That's fine." And she came in with her friends. I got a couple of drinks. We had like a small little table in the middle. We vibing. We're all in there. I'm meeting the friends. The friends were cool. We're dancing, having a good time. We were there for about 3 hours. She got there around about 11. I'll tell you exactly. No. We were there for 2 hours. I'm going right off the thing. They got here at 11:52. We stayed till close, which was 2 o'clock. When she got home, after we were dancing, that's when the kiss happened. We're dancing the whole time, like young people, like we dance. And that's when the kiss happened. And then we kept dancing. Like, kiss was no big deal. Like, we kissed, kept dancing, we vibing with each other. We always had a connection. After it, I walked her to the car. When she got home, she texted me. She texted, said, made it home, thanks for a great time. I said, thank you for letting me know. I hope you really see what I see with us. She said, hope so too, with the heart emoji. I said, this is when my friend texted me. We did run into my friend Karina that was there. She was on a date. I did introduce her to Amber. She said, FYI, I like Amber. Amber put, which one? I said, my sister Karina. She barely likes anyone. She said, I like her as well. I said, I like your friends too. She said, I'm glad you did. They like you too, especially Tony. Tony was the same guy KG met. And I said, he was a good guy. And that was the end of that. That's date number 3. Now, I consider that a date. You came to me. You didn't have to. I ordered drinks, ordered food, danced, had a good time, walked to your car. You hit me back, said you had a great time. I consider that a date. But if she didn't consider that as a date, I understand, because it was a bar. I normally don't take women to the bar and say, hey, that was a date. I would say, but during that situation of COVID, that was about the best we could do. Those were dates in our environment that we were in. We were locked in the bubble because of that. And we weren't even supposed to be on that date because we were both still on the show. And we were breaking protocol, being on an off-camera date with COVID around. But, you know, it still worked out. So when I went from 3 to 2 to 1, I was thinking in my head, okay, I ain't gonna count the group date in the hot tub. And then the third one, I consider it a date, but if she don't consider it a date, fine. One date then. So it doesn't, that does not delete all the interactions, everything that happened. Everything that happened on all 3. But if you want to call it one date, I'll say one date. But you gotta understand, I only went on 2 dates with Alexis. We did the golf date that you guys seen on camera, and then Valentine's Day. Me and her, I took her out for Valentine's Day with me, Jason, and Kyra. And I had flowers delivered and dinner, and we went to go see a show, comedy show. So that was my second, those only 2 dates I had with Alexis. I had 2 dates with Chrysanthemum. I had the one that y'all saw with the game day. We were playing Connect 4. And then I took her to lunch. Just a quick lunch. We had some Italian food because she's Italian, and some champagne. And I think I had some wine or something. So you gotta understand, 2 dates was a lot of dates in our environment. Most of the connections that were made over the phone for everybody because we couldn't have a lot of dates. It was we were locked down with COVID. If one person caught COVID, they had to shut down the whole thing. So I understand it's like, oh, you only been on 2 dates. That ain't where the relationships were made this season. The relationships were made on the phone. And if you look at this, me and Amber had tons of phone time. I'm still going. 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 We talk pretty much a lot. Still going. So that's basically where your connections were made during this season, because we're still locked down. As you saw, the last season they had to take it to the resort. This season they brought it back to Houston, but we were still at risk. So they were trying something new to try to make the season work, but we were pretty much in a bubble too, just like everybody else. So that's my thing on the 3 dates. Like I said, I had a great time on all 3. I thought we did. We vibed and everything like that. She want to call it 1. I want to call it 3. I want to call it 2. It doesn't really matter in the aspects of it. We vibe, like I said. She came on her own on all 3. I got affection, cuddle time, back rub, kissed on at least one, on all 3 occasions. Not all 3 occasions of a kiss, it's at the end, but I was getting touched and rubbed on the other 2, and we had a good time. So I understand how they had to downplay that up because it would put a dent in the KG Amber saga romantic situation, and production didn't want to do that, and that's okay, but don't make me out as a liar for telling the truth and having my connection, and that's all I say about it. I wish them well in their relationship. Like I said, I'm not fronting. I never want to get involved in somebody else's relationship. I'm not fronting the bill for Amber no more. That's his job. So I will hope that that they make it and do well. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna call their relationship fake or not. I don't know. And like I said, it's not my business anymore. So we'll leave that at that. Like I said, I hope they have a good long relationship, and I hope it works out. I really do. Let's go to question, elephant in the room number 2. The Alexis apology and elimination. Okay, me and Alexis had a 3-hour conversation before. That was the breakup. Production wanted drama, I guess, so they put her to do my elimination the very next day. When we came in, they told her that I was in the car upset about the elimination. That was a lie. I was upset because they took us to a spot to go eat and they had no liquor there. I wanted a glass of wine. So she was already on her pins and needles, I guess, when we got in. When we get into the conversation, the real conversation, not the edited one, she started attacking my faith and my religion right away. I was chill at this point. I was not upset. We relaxed and stuff like that. But she kept jabbing. And pretty soon I just got sick of it. I'm not going to lie. It was like, enough's enough. And I turned the heat up a little bit in the room, right? We both did. The first catchphrase on the clip that they did was "you can't do anything for me." What they didn't show you was the conversation before or the conversation after. It was just clickbait. Bam, like me saying that. As you all see, I talk. I don't just blurt out sentences and have no context with it. That ain't what we do. So at first she act like I was using her for her connections. She's a TV producer. She said something around those lines. I got offended. I'm the type of guy where I'm not taking anything from a woman. I'd rather sleep in a cardboard box before I have my woman front the bill on me or use a woman for something. I'm not going to use any woman, especially Alexis, who has a child or anything like that. So I was offended. And she has had men that have done that to her in the past. She said that. And I was like, man, I know you're not comparing me to them guys, right? We're not doing that. So I said, I got offended. You saw my face. I was like, you can't do nothing for me like that. Then I said it right after, and this was on camera. I said, what did you mean by that? She actually explained after and said, no, I didn't mean it that way, da-da-da-da-da-da. And we got to a good conclusion on that. They didn't play that part. They just gave y'all the bait, that. So that was that catchphrase. The second catchphrase was the famous, I thought you were smarter than that. That was about AJ 100%. After she started talking about my religion, I switched the whole conversation. I said, man, we're not talking about that no more. What about AJ? And that was about 90% of the whole rest of the conversation. Now remember, she's doing most of the talking because it's my elimination. And y'all seen eliminations on the show before. The person getting eliminated don't say much. She's doing most of the talking because she's setting up, they say something good about you, say something bad about you, then say you're not ready for love. That's the process. Ours went longer. It was an hour conversation. So the smarter than you part was, I was like, the conversation leading up to that was, I said, hey, you saw AJ leave you in my place for 2 hours. You were upset about that. You've told that to me. He was nowhere in the equation. We talk every day. We told each other everything, me and Alexis did. Or at least I told her everything. And here you go, you were not talking about AJ at all. And all of a sudden, a week before elimination, he's taking you on side dates. He's buttering you up. He's putting charm on you. And I'm like, when a guy's doing this out of nowhere right before elimination, when he doesn't have a number one, because remember, Kyra, number one was Jason and vice versa. I was like, you don't see this? You see what he's doing for the most part. And I said, like, man, I thought, and she is a bright woman. She's very smart. And I was like, man, I thought you were smarter than that. Basically meaning, don't let your lust or your passion for a guy or wanting to be with him so much stop you from making a smart decision about his real intentions. And I was big brother in her. I was trying to help her out, to be perfectly honest with you. Like, I understand you're leaving here to go directly to him. I knew that because we had the phone conversation 3 hours before. And I was just saying, be careful. Look at the track record of what's been going on and make that decision for yourself. But I was like, you know what he's doing right now. So I thought you were smarter than that. That's where that phrase came through. The Amber kiss thing. They had me blurt that out. Like I said, oh, I kissed Amber and walked out the door, which is some BS. That ain't how that happened. You guys understand that Amber and Alexis were friends. I was talking to both of them. And I'll show you, and they were sharing my text messages back and forth. Amber even apologized to me for doing so, and I'll read the apology. And the apology went like this, word for word. She put, I understand. While I liked you and thought we had a great connection, that's her word. But then after speaking to Alexis, it seemed as though you didn't feel the same as you told me, so I felt I was being lied to by you. So yes, she asked me about the messages, and I told her, hoping to get to the bottom of it. I apologize for not calling you and speaking to you about it. I would definitely call you today. So I was going through that whole week about them trading my text messages and things of that nature. So after I kissed Amber, and y'all saw the goodbye message that we had when she got home and I said, I hope you see what I see in you. She said, I hope so too, with the heart emojis. I'll be honest, I thought that me and her were going to start talking more, dating for real. KG did not take her on a Valentine's Day date. She hit me up and asked me why I didn't take her. That was Sunday. My elimination was Friday. So I'm like, he didn't take you to Valentine's Day. So I'm thinking maybe it ain't as serious as projected. And like I said, I didn't see any of their dates on the show. I didn't see that until the show started. So that was that. So when I was telling Alexis, I was basically letting her know, hey, Amber's your friend. We kissed. We had a good night. Is that okay with you if this went on, in the future or something like that? Basically just letting her know. And she said right after it, she said, I already know. I swear it on everything. When I said I kissed Amber, she said, I already know. And I thought she was telling the truth because the women had a deliberation for like 8 hours in the morning. They were all together. So it just made sense that Amber told her. And then Alexis asked me, she said, did you kiss her to get me back for kissing AJ? That was her next line. And I said, no, you knew me and Amber already had a connection. And basically, that was basically the end of it. But if you think I blurted that out and Alexis just stood there and didn't say anything, then you don't understand editing. Or you're not trying to see the truth. If you think I was disrespectful to Alexis, that little girl got a battery in her back and she's feisty. And she just stood there and took it without going off on me, then you don't understand editing. You don't know Alexis at all. So our conversation was heated and the tone in the room was not good. And I did text her the next day and apologize for the tone in the room because it didn't have to be that way. We already talked for 3 hours. We hashed everything out. That was supposed to be a very easy elimination. I was ready to go. Everything was right. And production sucked us in with the drama and it got more heated than it was supposed to be. But it was respectful. We gave a hug at the end, a real embrace, a real goodbye. She was not offended. She didn't call me right after and cuss me out and say, what was that or anything like that. So I didn't feel a need to really apologize for what really happened because it was just a domestic situation where we were having a breakup. And like I said, we said what we had to say. We kept it respectful. Nobody called each other out their names. Nobody hit below the belt. We had closure. I knew where she was about to go. She was about to go on a resort with AJ. She knew where I was about to go. She knew I was still going to try to talk to Amber and still try to talk to Chrysanthemum, because I never stopped talking to Chrysanthemum when she got eliminated. I still said, hey, I didn't eliminate you, so let's see if there's still something there. So she pretty much knew the direction we were going to. I told her everything. So the fact that Tommy comes on there, and that's not really Tommy talking. All this stuff's kind of production put together and stuff like that. So he's going, oh, the worst disrespecting. Man, that's TV drama. That ain't how it went. That ain't how she felt. That ain't how I felt. So, like I said, when I did my apology, I said, you know, I'll apologize for my part. They didn't show her part, any of her jabs or any way, or how the conversation really went. But I said, hey, I'll take responsibility for my part. It ain't my job to take responsibility for the whole thing. It's just not. And I still feel that way. It's two people. We were both talking. Like I said, she's the one that left me. And we had a conversation about it. And like I said, it was a normal conversation you would have in a relationship when you break up. A lot of y'all, when y'all had broken up with a person y'all was talking to, and they moved on to talk to another person, they told you about it, you wouldn't necessarily apologize to them about it. You would say, you know, we're done, hug it out, and, you know, move your separate ways. And that's basically what we did. Next. I guess it was a part on a reunion where it says, Chrysanthemum met my mom. It's funny. My mom came in town. Her tickets was already booked. This is during filming. If anybody knows my mom likes to have a good time. She'll hit a little club, you know what I mean? She's single, she's older, Stella get her groove back, all that. That's how my family kind of moves, right? Chrysanthemum lives downtown. It was about 1 o'clock in the morning. We're already out drinking at the spot. Chrysanthemum came, had about 2 drinks, said hi to my mom. I think Ida was there too. Ida didn't come over to the table, but she was there. And then I walked Chrysanthemum to her Uber, and then she went home. It wasn't like a formal meeting. We were in a club, having a good time. By the time she got there, we've been drinking. Everybody's having a good time. It wasn't a meeting like that. And even if it was, like I said, my family structure is different than other people's family structure. My mom comes out with me. Most of the city knows my mom when she comes out, because we always have a good time. We go get drinks together. I hang out with my mom. If y'all seen some of my pictures on Instagram, you see me and my mom hanging out together all the time. So that's just how we roll. I did keep it fair. My mom actually met Alexis' sister that Sunday. They didn't say anything about that. We called Alexis and asked if she wanted to come down and meet with us. Alexis has a kid. She can't move as quick or like the other women who don't have children. I understand that. So that was why she didn't end up running into my mom on that weekend herself. But that's kind of how that went. It wasn't a big deal. That whole drama line that Alexis said is, oh my God, Chrysanthemum, I feel sorry. Chrysanthemum looked at her like she was crazy. Like, come on, man, you don't even know the situation. We were having a good time partying, and it wasn't no formal meeting or something like that. And as you see, it didn't change my opinion. After Chrysanthemum met my mom and everything like that, I still chose Alexis. So it wasn't that big of a deal. Next question. Me and Kyra. Me and Kyra are great. We were in Vegas together about 3 weeks ago. We hung out at Dre's nightclub. Me, her, my brother, and one of her friends. We hung out this past Sunday. I called her after I heard about the reunion and saying that she had a problem. I was like, what's going on? Is this some Jekyll and Hyde stuff? Do you have a problem with me? And she said no. She said this was before we talked. She said at the reunion, Alexis and Amber went up to her and said a bunch of lies about me. And I knew this was going on. I knew Alexis and Amber was going up to women that I had friendships with and trying to break the alliance, because they didn't want nobody chiming in during the reunion and telling the truth. So they went to Ida first. She told me. And then they went to Kyra. They're lucky Tressa wasn't there. Because if Tressa was there, none of that stuff would have went down the way it is. Tressa would have rolled and told the truth. She knew everything about me and Alexis, me and Amber, and she would have had a field day. So they got lucky on that one that Tressa wasn't there. Shout out to Tressa. She got a comedy show tomorrow. I'll be there. Y'all show up, show my girl some support. Tressa's beautiful. She's the best, right? I guess me and Jason. Did me and Jason have a problem? No. Jason and me are probably within the guys. Okay, we're back. So yeah, I did have during the reunion though. I did have a little problem with Jason because Jason was on that date with AJ and Alexis where they kissed, and Alexis was like, "Ooh, child," and all that. Ooh, the Lord came and all that type of stuff. The very next day, me and Jason was planning Valentine's Day for Alexis and Kyra. And he saw me planning everything and spending all this money and all this, and we're playing together. And he could have told me, hey, you know that Alexis and AJ kissed the following day, and this happened. And if he would have told me that, I wouldn't have went on a Valentine's date with Alexis. I would have told her, hey, I know you got feelings for this guy. Take some time for yourself. Make a decision, and then get back to me and then tell me what it is. I wouldn't have been mad at the kiss, but I would say, Valentine's Day to me is a very special day. That's romantic. It only happens one time a year. I only want to spend it with a woman that I feel that I'm gonna be with. I spent like $400 or $500 on that day. I would have rather not done that if I thought that she was thinking of another man. And the vibe of the Valentine's Day was not good. I thought she did have that on her head and on her brain, and it kind of brought down the whole vibe of the Valentine's Day date. And I wish I would have known then what was really going on, because if I did, I wouldn't have went on that Valentine's Day date. I would just let her make her decision and been okay with that. So the fact that Jason didn't tell me that, I was kind of upset with that because he knew everything that was going on. I ended up finding out 7 days later, when Alexis finally called me up and said, let's talk. And you gotta understand that me and Alexis we did have a little agreement. We said that we wouldn't kiss on camera without letting the other person know, because if you kissed on camera, they'll lock you in. Personally, that was her rule. She was a TV producer, so I was really going off her vibe or how that camera stuff worked. I had no idea how TV works, right? So she said if you so that was her rule and guideline. That's why when we had the golf date, production was like, kiss her. They was pulling it out. I didn't kiss her. I said, nobody's gonna force me to kiss this woman right now. I'll kiss her, I'll kiss her when I'm ready. And she said, I'm glad you didn't do it because it would have locked us in. Those are her exact words. That's how this works. So, that's when we came up with the agreement. We're gonna let each other know. And she didn't necessarily do that. So that was kind of the me and Jason thing. But me and Jason is fine. We're cool. That was no big deal. I was just kind of just venting to him and saying, hey, man, this is what went on. The line that I said, I guess they said something in the reunion that Alexis cheated on me with AJ. I'll take accountability for that. Those were the wrong words. I should have said I felt cheated. Not that she cheated on me. She was allowed to date wherever she wanted to, just like I was. We were each other's number ones from the beginning. And you gotta understand, I was the only one that picked the number one. And stuck with it the whole time. Nobody else did. I mean, even KG had Stacy as his number one up to past the masquerade ball. And that's going off the deliberations, the male deliberations where we're talking. Joel had Benicia there. He switched to Kyra at one point. David had Liz and switched to Kyra at one point. Everybody was switching around because, like I said, it was hard to get on dates. Everything was messed up. So I'll take responsibility for that. Last one, the Gentleman's Lounge. Did I tell Amber about Joel and Benicia? That's a lie. Never told Amber anything about that. We didn't even talk about that. Why would that deliberation was 3 weeks before they went on a retreat. Why would Amber wait till I'm not there to defend myself, not there, and then happen to tell Benicia about it at the retreat so they can have their own storyline. That makes no sense at all. It wasn't even good production on that. It didn't make any sense whatsoever. I don't know who told her. It could have been production. It could have been KG, who would be the most likely person to tell them if they're together and they're at the resort together. If I was telling anybody, I would have told Alexis before I told Amber, because that's who the person I was trusting in and talking to every day. So I never said that. That was a lie. I guess they needed to get the word to Benicia, and I wasn't there, and they were already trying to break my credibility. So they threw that out there, but that was a lie. And even if I did tell Amber, which I didn't, why would she tell? Like, it didn't make any sense. Like, why would she wait till I'm not there no more and then go in there and give that information up? It didn't make any sense. So that's that. Questions on production. I know I brought up production a lot during this, during the show. I did get in an altercation with production, I guess. My castmates have told me that I was, targeted. Other people have told me I was targeted by production in certain situations. They wanted payback. I guess they gave it their best shot on the last, reunion and through all that with the editing, But like I said, that part's over. I survived production. I survived all the editing. I survived them trying to make me a villain, all that type of stuff. But I just wanted to get the truth out real quick. That was my list of questions of answering. But I'm going to look right now. Anybody has a question, shoot them around and I'll answer everything.